Greetings and happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to one and all. It's been a minute since I've gone live and decided to do so as next week we will be 5 months, 5 months away from a new year. And I wanted to talk about your plans, your plan for being and staying healthy. Thank you to all of the members, subscribers, and those who come by to support. Please make sure when you come in that you hit the like button, the thumbs up that you see. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was many of you know or may have known I was in the hospital for 3 weeks. And during that time, I learned that I am a type 2 diabetic, which added to some challenges, but challenges are a part of life. And we deal with them. Many of us deal with them in many different ways. I had already changed my lifestyle, so just a few more modifications. Many people look at health and diet as a thing. Personally, I don't believe in the word diet. It has to be, for me, and again, these are all my opinions, it has to be a lifestyle change, something that you do consistently, and you have to be disciplined. Diets, a lot of times, for some people, are short term. And if you're not programming yourself correctly, it's easy to fall off and binge. And everything that you worked for will be gone, and you'll have to start over again. It's the same thing with New Year's resolutions. That's something I also stopped doing a long time ago, because I would say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And maybe not even a week or two later, I would break it. So try to get your mind to thinking and programmed that it is a lifestyle change. That being said, again, we are close, extremely close to 5 months being left in 2024. And I've always said it's never too late to begin. Anything that you put your mind to. So if it's weight loss, and that's something that I'm doing right now, it's not too late for that. If it's trying or experimenting with the idea of being vegan, it's not too late. But again, I will always, always suggest that before you begin any type of exercise regimen, any incorporation of supplements to your diet, anything to do with your health, that you always consult with your physician first, because if you are taking any type of medications, if you have underlying conditions, some known or some unknown, you don't want to put that in jeopardy by making abrupt changes. So it's always good to check with your physician, and also keeping in mind to always do your research. There are many people that prefer shopping, and this is my preference, shopping at international markets for my fruits. If you follow Dr. Sebi's diet, health, lifestyle, you will know that he speaks on different types of fruits and vegetables that are man-made and those that are hybrid. Again, do your research, but the yellow bananas that you see in many markets are absolutely hybrid. For me, the best bananas and the best fruits are those with seeds. Seeds, ladies and gentlemen, are very important in that you can use those seeds to plant, and you can have a harvest next year. So again, do your research on fruits with seeds. The burro banana, which is spelled Burro, to me are the best. And I'll put that in. You can find those in many health markets and international markets. They have a slightly different shape than the regular bananas that you see in the market, but they are very good, and you can see the seeds. I like to use those with my smoothies. They come out thicker, and they have almost, for me, a strawberry type taste. So keep that in mind as well. Also, something that I learned when I was in the hospital, when I was talking to my endocrinologist, where I was speaking about how I do smoothies many, many times. That's like a go-to. A lot of the fruits that you may use, and again, do your research, in your smoothies contain sugar. So if you're doing straight fruit smoothies, pay attention to the portions. Portions, ladies and gentlemen, are extremely important. If you fill your blender, say with nothing but pineapple and plant-based milk or water, you will kind of purpose in that your smoothie will be with sugar. And that's what you want to stay away from. Sugar. So I put in the chat the name of the banana I was speaking of, which is burro banana. And as I mentioned about smoothies, it's all about proportions. So if you're going to do a pineapple smoothie, which is fine, use just a few chunks of the pineapple. You can add ginger, you can add other fruit, but again, make sure that proportions are small. And you can add oats. Oats are a very good choice for full fiber, as well as chia seeds. If you're going to use banana, whether it's what you get from the market or the burro bananas, use half, not the entire banana. Keep in mind that proportions are extremely important. And that's the same thing with your breakfast, which has always been said, but you can do your research. The most important meal of the day. Again, I enjoy smoothies, but some people may enjoy eggs, and that's fine. That's where you get your protein, but look for the organic and those that are raised properly. My mom used to love brown eggs. If I do an egg, it would be brown and it would be an egg white. Avocado toast is also a very good option for your breakfast. And there are many different ways you can prepare your avocado. I like Himalayan pink salt and black pepper on mine. I also like a little bit of red bell pepper and garlic in mine. Teas are good. I enjoy herbal teas, but again, herbal teas, many of those are considered supplements. So before any consumption, always consult with your physician. One of my favorite go-tos, ginger root tea. Now, I'm not going to poo-poo against powdered ginger or powdered turmeric, because a lot of people do use those options. For me, I prefer, and I find it's better for me, the actual ginger root and turmeric root. Now, what you'll find with the turmeric root is it may look orange in color, but it's actually golden, and it will stain your hands and perhaps anything else if you are cutting it on the counter. So keep that in mind. But turmeric and ginger together are excellent options for teas. Mint tea is very good. I also enjoy hibiscus flower tea. I also enjoy elderberry tea. Water. And I've said this before, and it's bad, but it's the truth. I am not a fan of it, but I have learned the importance of the consumption of water. Many suggest or recommend at least 8 glasses a day. I have yet to graduate to 8 hours a day, but slowly and surely I'm getting there. I cannot drink it plain, although I have. I like to add ginger. Sometimes, to make it alkaline, I will squeeze a bit of lime in my water. I also enjoy lemon water. And there are times I will add chia seeds as well to the water. Spring water is good. In the hot weather, coconut water is good because you want to make sure that you are hydrated, especially when you're out in the heat and if you're exercising. Now, as far as planning for these next 5 months, a good idea for me, and perhaps for you too. Some of you may already have incorporated this, but food diaries. Food diaries are very good. It helps you keep track of what you're consuming throughout the day so that you don't overeat or you don't go over certain calories. You can pull one from offline, or you can go to Staples or any office store and pick up a diary and just jot down what you've eaten for that day. And I would begin with water, how much you're drinking. I keep water beside me, whether at work or at home. And lately I've been doing a lot of ginger water. You can use your favorite water and slice off a few pieces of ginger root and sip on it. Another thing I like with my water is apple cider vinegar. And the brand that I use is the apple cider vinegar from Bragg's. And you would see on the bottom with the mother. I also use that on my salads. Salads are very good for your lunch and for your dinner. But where a lot of people fall off is the dressing that they use. Dressings such as ranch, blue cheese, that can take away because of what's in it. a healthier option. And again, ranch and blue cheese, those are both fine, but if you're going to use it, use small amounts. A healthier option would be oil and vinegar. Vinaigrettes are awesome in salads. The calories are much less, as well as the sugar content. And it gives you the opportunity to appreciate big leafy greens and other vegetables in your salads. And again, I cannot express the importance of fresh, healthy greens in your salads. Onions are very good. Bell peppers. The more colorful your plate, the more healthy, in my opinion. So make sure that you pile on the red, green, and yellow bell peppers when you're doing your salads as well. I'm not a fan of the radish, but those are also good. Tomatoes, fresh tomatoes are also excellent in your salads, as well as cucumber. Again, make sure that your proportions are not huge and that you're drinking water at the same time so that you will be full. Soft drinks. Many of you have heard this for so long. And at one time, and this is a true story, at one time I would drink 2 to 3 Pepsis a day, not paying attention to how much sugar I was consuming. And when I decided I needed to stop drinking those, the withdrawal was horrible. I had a headache for about a week. And that's another thing when you are consuming a lot of caffeine and decide to quit. For some people, not all, you may experience withdrawals. Sometimes mood changes. It all depends on the person, really. So I got away from that. There are a lot of products on the market that say that they're low calorie, no calorie, or diet. I would still suggest that you read labels carefully. Some people may say, oh, well, that's time consuming. Ladies and gentlemen, trust me, if you've never listened to anything I have said, you cannot, you should not ever put a price tag on health. There are many people out here purchasing and spending on, and this is no disrespect to anybody, because you do what you want to do with your money. You've earned it. So spend, but if your health is being ignored or neglected, and you end up, God forbid, with something that could be treated, but still, that money for that treatment could be spent somewhere else where you can actually enjoy it. Medical supplies and medicines these days, trust me, are extremely expensive. So it's better to be safe now than to be sorry later. And that's something that, for me, I feel as though it should be incorporated in the elections. Better health care, better plans. But we do have to be proactive in our health. That includes drinking and smoking. Again, I am not here to scold anyone because we all have our vices. Keep in mind, as we get older, and some younger people end up with issues as a result of those activities. So just keep that in mind as well, because not only will you cause yourself problems, possibly, but your loved ones as well. And the strange thing about some of these things, there are people that I know that smoked for years and they stopped for years, but later on in life ended up with the big C. My cousin's friend actually is going through that now. She stopped smoking maybe 20, 25 years, and now she's dealing with lung C. So, and it's actually spread, I believe, to her nose and bones, I believe. So I'm saying this to say, what you do at a younger age could have an effect on your life in your golden years. And as I mentioned, for some of us, when we do get older, things are a little bit more difficult to overcome and beat. Not to say that you can't, but it may take a little bit longer. So just keep that in mind. Dinner. There's so many options out there. Fiber. Definitely fiber. Make sure you incorporate that in your diet. And when I say diet, I mean it in the sense of what you're consuming. Beans, can't go wrong with those. The lentils are very good. I actually use lentils, the green and brown, when I'm making a vegan meatloaf. And there's so many options out there. There are many products now available for vegan. Vegetables. You have starchy vegetables and your non-starchy vegetables. Big leafy greens are always a go-to. Asparagus is good. The zucchini, eggplant, cauliflower, which I absolutely love. You have your summer squash, you have your winter squash. Garlic. Now, some people enjoy rice with their meals. I'm not a rice fan. I prefer quinoa. There are people who enjoy red beans and rice. I actually make red beans and quinoa. Grains. Pastas, they're good, but you have to be careful with those as well. I would try to find a veggie pasta if possible, or wheat. And when it comes to the sauces, again, read the labels. Read the labels for the sodium and sugar content. Also, when you're reading labels, make sure that you stay away from trans fat. That's extremely important. Trans fat, stay away from that, as well as high fructose corn syrup. That's nothing but sugar. So again, take a little bit of time out to make sure that you're reading your labels. For those of you who are non-vegan, lean meats for your proteins are good. Keep in mind the proportions. Processed foods, if at all possible, stay away from those. Those include deli meats and your cheeses that you see in the stores. Canned foods also, and I've mentioned this before, read the labels. They contain large amounts of sodium. You want to get in the habit of staying away from those. Exercise. I've mentioned this before as well. You don't always have to go to these expensive gyms to get your exercise in. Some you can do in and around your residence. And for those of you who may have challenges, there's research and resources out there that can give you ideas to keep your blood flowing and to keep your body moving. I remember when I was in the hospital, so there's no way I can do any exercise, but you'd be surprised of what you can do. even when you have limits. You can exercise arms, your legs, and stretch. Again, for those of you with limitations, there are resources out there that can provide you with alternative ways to get your exercise in. Walking is very good. Jogging, running. But before doing any of those things, as I mentioned earlier, consult with your physician. And also incorporate warm-ups. You don't want to just go and get on a machine or start running or walking without warming up first. Deep breathing is something also that's very important. Think of it as inhaling your favorite flower and then exhaling, or blowing out a candle on a birthday cake. You breathe in through your nose and then exhale through your mouth. That actually helps. At least it has for me, to strengthen your lungs. Aerobics, yoga, jumping rope, kickboxing. But those are things that you can gradually work yourself to. The goal is to be consistent. Some people exercise every day. Some people exercise between 30 minutes to 45 minutes per day. Again, it all depends on the individual. Stretching, as I mentioned, is important. I try to use every muscle that I have, even muscles I didn't even know that I had. And learn how to pace yourself, but you have to be consistent. You can't do it for a couple of months and see yourself down maybe 10 pounds and think that's it. That's just like, to me, a diet. It has to be a lifestyle change. And once you incorporate that and really have that instilled in your mind that this is how you're going to live your life as far as your health is concerned, it'll be second nature. It won't feel as though it's being forced. It'll soon become natural. Sleep. Getting enough sleep is super important, and that's something I'm still trying to work on. And trust me, it's not easy. But I learned the importance of that as well. Eliminating stress. That's actually extremely important as well. And in these days and times in which we're living, that's not always easy. But you have to make the effort. And keep in mind, there are some things you can't change. And the time wasted stressing over it is time you can't get back. Meal prep. That's something I enjoy and love to do, and it saves time. You can do that with your smoothies. You absolutely can do those with your smoothies. You can prep smoothies ahead. You can freeze them. You can prep your breakfast, your lunch, your dinners ahead. If you're doing soups, stews, chilies, same thing. You can prepare those ahead and freeze them. You can get the containers where you can get the perfect portions of foods for you and your family. So there are many, many things that you can do to be proactive in living a healthy, balanced lifestyle. Because remember, we only have one body. And your body, well, for some, are like vehicles. It seems like sometimes when one thing breaks down, another will break down. So it's very important to listen to your bodies. Something doesn't feel right, your body will tell you. And many of us are always on the go, and we don't pay attention to those things until it's too late. So learn your body, learn different aches or pains you may feel. Inspect your bodies, your skin, for strange growths or discolorations. Examine when you use the restroom. Those are other things that you may feel uncomfortable in speaking about, but sometimes early detection of certain ailments can be found in what you release when you use the restroom. So keep those things in mind as well. After next week, well, the latter part of next week, actually, we will have, as I mentioned, 5 months left. 5 months left. And we will be embarking year. I myself will be doing everything I can to get healthier. And it is my hope that you all will do the same. All it takes is the effort, discipline, and dedication. I know it sounds cliche, and perhaps it is, but health truly is wealth on so many levels. I've said this before, and it's so true. Food diaries. Correct portions of your foods, incorporating fresh fruits, vegetables, exercise, consulting with your physician, and setting your goals. You incorporate and you're able to do all of those things and be and remain consistent, you should be just fine. Some of my favorite smoothies, and I'll put the descriptions in later. And this is just me that I enjoy. Blueberry, pineapple, and ginger. You can use plant-based milk. I like almond milk, flax milk, and coconut milk. But for that particular one, I enjoy almond milk. Those are my favorite. Blueberry, pineapple, and ginger. Ginger, and you just need a small piece. It's very good. Ooh, ooh. Mango is very good. Mango, turmeric, and ginger. Those are very good. Maca smoothies are very good. I enjoy those because I will use a burro banana, almond butter, and maca root. Maca root is also a supplement, so again, consult with your physician. And I just gifted 5 memberships to Crystal, to Conquer Gaming, Michelle McBrien, C. Harrison, and Aniley Trejo. So congratulations to all of you. And I hope to see you back on my channel for updates and other recipes and meal ideas. So again, be cognizant of what you consume now and think of your choices as a healthier lifestyle as opposed to a diet. Because again, as I said, for me, diets don't work. They may be just short term. So for those that tuned in and those who may catch the replay, enjoy the remainder of your Saturday, of your weekend. And as always, be safe, be well, and always be healthier. Until next time, bye-bye for now.